Hello, it's Polish Paul VR. Welcome to the channel. We are here today to do some more PlayStation VR2 news. We're gonna talk about Horizon Call of the Mountain. We're gonna talk about awesome Asteroids. We're going to talk about some other bits and bobs like Zombieland, Headshot Fever, and other stuff. So let's get started. Let's get small. So looks like we're not gonna start from that. I want to start from awesome Asteroids. This is the footage from the game, only like a 5 seconds footage. The developers Strange Game Studio posted it on their YouTube. Now you might don't think much, you are in the spaceship shooting asteroids, because of course this is Asteroids inspired game, you know, a classic, a nostalgia throwback for all of you nostalgia nerds. Doesn't look much in it. But what you don't know, all this shooting here in this short video is done with your eyeballs. It's an eye tracking video, and it shows how fast your eyes being tracked. So yeah, pretty cool in it. Awesome Asteroids also, as of now, is the only PSVR2 game that support HOTAS flight stick, which is hands-on throttle and stick. You know, you're the one what you use for a scope. What I'm doing here with my hands. What am I doing? You know, throttle, stick. Explaining level 10,000. So yeah, looking pretty cool. I'm gonna definitely check it out because of the HOTAS support, but also eye tracking got me interested, and this is going to be a launch title. So it's gonna be another of like what 30 odd games that coming out on February 22nd. There is going to be a lot. Okay, let's get going. Here we are on Facebook this time. Usually I'm on Twitter. And we have here picture from Zombieland Headshot Fever. They posted some screenshots, and I want to talk about it because they completely revamped the game. This is PSVR 2 screenshots. The cel shaded graphics looks beautiful, definitely adding a lot to the game, very sharp as well. So we've got a lot of cartoony game, but this is one of those advanced cartoony games, you know, with proper shadows, very nice character models. I mean, it's quite brutal. Look at here, blood pouring everywhere. Definitely looking very sharp, I must say. So there you go. This is, by the way, your another launch title. Now, I loved VR, not VR, what I'm talking about. I loved light gun games back in the day. Virtua Cop and House of the Dead, I absolutely loved it. Hey, House of the Dead remake even work with M controller. I've got a video on the channel, but this is kind of those type of game, you know, light gun type of games. So definitely gonna check that one out. But yeah, look at that, proper like blows his head, nice. Screenshots looking great. So they got all the new, you know, blood effects and everything. I mean, the shading on it looks great as well. Looks like a proper high quality production. I mean, look at this model here. I really like it. The weapons, the guns looks great. The moon down there in the background. The textures, they look very high quality as well. So that's all the screenshots we've got from this one so far. But hey, at least we know how the game looks now. Speaking about the games, of course, I didn't receive my PSVR 2, so I cannot do you early reviews of anything yet. As of now, until I get my PSVR 2, it's all PSVR news pretty much on the channel. But Horizon Call of the Mountain embargo looks to be lifted today, and we've got some reviews. And at the moment, on the Metacritic, it stands at 79. So maybe it's not. I mean, there is some 100 scores as well, which is pretty cool, but also there is some very low scores. So we're gonna concentrate maybe at. First of all, let's start from the highest scores. The Telegraph says. We're gonna go quickly here, we're not gonna read full reviews, of course. Each new locale is seemingly more rich and detailed than the last, and I regularly felt compelled to stop looking for the next path forward and instead just take in the magical realism of my surroundings. Gaming Trend said Sony needed a system seller for their PSVR 2, and Horizon Call of the Mountain is it. Scale, interactivity, haptics, and satisfying combat that matches the main game's makes for a must-have for anyone. Pick up Sony's new hardware. Trusted reviews saying Horizon Call of the Mountain has this is another 100 score, has set a new benchmark for VR games rather than trying to shoehorn classic game mechanics into VR format. Guerrilla Games and Firesprat have rebuilt the likes of combat and climbing from scratch to result in a wonderfully immersive experience. This is one of the absolute best VR games I ever played and is a must-have purchase for anyone who buys PSVR 2 headset. Well, my PSVR 2 is pre-ordered with that one. So yeah, very exciting. Those reviews got me hyped. But of course, there is some lower ones. Let's go to the 60 ones. So Game Informer 68. Horizon Call of the Mountain is a good showcase piece of PSVR2. It is the game to use to show off the new technology to friends and family. There is even an unlockable mode perfect for this, which is passive journey on a canoe through the robot-infested jungle. What holds the game back tremendously though is Call of the Mountain's over-reliance on climbing. That's the common complaint. The smaller parts of the game, fighting robots, making items and looking around, are highlights. Pulling yourself up a mountain isn't, and that's where you spend most of the approximately 6-hour experience, so it's on a shorter side. VG247 said, "It's undoubtedly the most spectacular VR game I ever played." Well, I don't know. I would argue that Half-Life Alyx might be, but never mind, maybe it is. I don't know. It's got plenty of cool gameplay moments that show off the controllers, and it's full-on game to play through. But it's also a bit tedious at times and boring at others. And Metro Game Central, an effective tech demo, but it struggles to be anything else. Not because for the majority of the time it's just fairly vanilla climbing simulator. So yeah, that's your Horizon reviews. I was hoping that all of them will be 100%, but it's not. At the moment, very decent score though at 79. Okay, and now we're gonna do something quite boring, so you can stop watching if you feel like it. If not, stick around. This is from PlayStation support, and basically this is the setup and tricks for PSVR2 setup.
You'll discover heightened sensory and emotional experiences, and you'll interact with games and apps in truly amazing new ways.
Yeah, why not?
So, let's make sure you're ready for your new adventures and can enjoy the very best PSVR2 experience possible. To start, let's go over your pre-adventure checklist. First, your brand new PlayStation VR2 headset. Next, the left and right PlayStation VR2 Sense controllers, with straps securely attached. Then, your stereo headphones and earpieces, one USB cable, and finally, all the printed materials. Before playing, we recommend you read the manual cover to cover, especially all health and safety information.
Of course, they have to say that's the legal
Setting up your PSVR2 is quick and simple. First, connect the VR headset cable to the USB Type-C port of your PlayStation 5 console. Plug the supplied headphones, or your own headphones or headset with a headphone jack, into the stereo headphone jack at the bottom of your VR headset. You can also use a wireless headset connected to your PS5 console.
And then you have to plug your steering wheel and HOTAS at the back, I suppose.
And sign into your account for PlayStation Network. Then, press the power button on your PlayStation VR2 headset underneath the scope. The indicator will blink and then turn solid white. Follow on-screen instructions to complete the initial setup. Hold off on wearing your PlayStation VR2 headset until prompted to do so. Your VR headset is one size fits all. To make sure you're wearing yours properly, press and hold the scope adjustment button on the top right
but I want to show it, just so you know all the setup bits and
slide out the scope. Then press and hold the headband release button on the rear of the PlayStation VR2 headset and pull back the headband. Slide the VR headset over your head. Expand the headband so it fits over the lower back of your head. To tighten the headband for a comfortable, secure fit, turn the headband adjustment dial. Be careful not to over-tighten. Now press and hold the scope adjustment button again and pull the scope in towards you. Make sure and keep the scope straight so it's not tilted to the left or the right. To find your optimal on-screen image, turn the lens adjustment dial on the top left of your headset.
I like that they've got this
This lets you change the space between the lenses to match your eye position. You can check your surroundings at any time without removing your VR headset. Press the function button next to the power button underneath the scope to switch your display to see-through view. You can reassign this button to mute your microphone instead. Just open the settings menu, go to accessories, and then choose PlayStation VR 2. You can also quickly access see-through view from your PlayStation VR 2 Sense controller. Press the PS button to open the control center. Choose the PlayStation VR 2 card, and select View Surroundings. When wearing
In brightness,
glasses,
yes, I'm gonna
make
have
sure
the
they
max.
don't touch your VR headset lenses as you change the scope position.
All the reviews
To
saying that
take off your
glasses are no
PlayStation
problem.
VR2 headset, press and hold the scope adjustment button to slide out the scope. Then press and hold the headband release button on the rear of the headset. Pull back the headband and slide the headset up and away. The VR headset display will then
I turn it down a
automatically
bit so you
turn
can hear
on.
me actually.
Before attaching the controllers to your wrists, first put on your PlayStation VR2 headset and press the function button to enable see-through view. You can easily identify the left and right PlayStation VR2 Sense controllers by the L and R letters on the strap holders. To
How
securely
convenient.
fasten the strap, put your hand through the loop and pull while rotating your wrist.
How
Put
easy.
your hand inside the tracking ring, place your thumb on the analog stick, and firmly hold on to the grip. Always make sure you disconnect the USB cable before play. Let's take a closer look at your PlayStation VR2 Sense controllers. You can access extra input and interaction options with traditional analog sticks and action buttons, which are split between the set. You'll find the square and triangle buttons on the left controller, along with the Create button, and the circle and cross buttons on the right controller, along with the Options button. The L2 and R2 buttons are on top of the controllers. These buttons support the adaptive triggers feature, where you can experience varying
That's
levels
gonna
of
be so
force and
cool.
tension as you interact with items and environments in compatible games. The L1 and R1 buttons are in the center of the grip. These buttons support the finger touch detection feature, so you can motion
Don't
and
worry.
interact with compatible games intuitively
The
without
video
pressing
is
a
nearly
button.
over. There's like 2 minutes
Setting
left.
your play area to match games or apps lets you enjoy the best experience possible. You can set your play area during the initial setup by following the on-screen instructions. To change your play area, press the PS button on your PlayStation VR2 Sense controller to open the control center. Choose the PlayStation VR2 card and select Set Play Area. You can also change your play area by opening the Settings menu, choosing Accessories, and then PlayStation VR2. Your PlayStation VR2 headset's tracking camera scans the room to set your play area. You can then customize this area further to suit your room's
Very
shape
nice.
and size.
That's a big
or to
space.
match
I
the
gonna
type
have
of
even bigger
experience
because
of
I'm
your
redoing
game.
my garage. So I cannot
PlayStation
play. My garage is gonna be my
VR2 gives you
YouTube
the
room.
option of 3
Can't wait.
different VR playstyles to choose from. These styles match the position or movements you'll be able to perform and helps to determine the size of the play area you need. You can choose from room scale, standing, and sitting playstyles. Room scale gives you the most freedom of movement. You'll need at least 2 meters by 2 meters, 6 feet 7 inches by 6 feet 7 inches available space. Make sure you check which VR playstyle is supported before you buy any games or apps. Here are some quick tips to help make every adventure as safe and enjoyable as possible.
Health and
Always
safety
make
time.
sure the PlayStation VR2 headset cable doesn't get wrapped around any part of your body. Avoid any extreme or excessively fast movements as you play. Check your surroundings are completely clear of all obstacles, trip hazards, people, and
Oh, yeah,
pets.
skateboard.
A boundary line appears on your PlayStation VR2 headset display to warn you are too close to the edge of the play area. If you step outside of the play area, your game will pause, and your
You entered
display
the
switches to see-through view. Now, you're all set and ready to begin your exciting new virtual
Cool.
reality adventures. Who knows what worlds and experiences you might discover out there?
Who
Happy
knows?
exploring.
Yep, thanks for watching. So I feel like the last part of the video was really boring, but hey, we had to do it. Some things had to be done. Big shout out to all the patrons, they're down there at the bottom. If you want to become a patron, go to patreon.com/PolVR. And for the things PSVR2, stay tuned to the channel. As soon as I get my headset, there will be gameplays and live streams as well. For now, just PSVR2 news, but always cool ones. Hopefully. Okay, that's it. Bye 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 bye.